Good evening, faithful readers, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Masks in Sunset City. I am, as always, from the bullpen, your faithful editor, Mirthful Matt, also known as the Killer GM. We have several folks in our cavalcade ready to enact some superhero action tonight. And so let's go ahead. We're going to start from the bottom, actually, tonight, and speak to Wally, who is playing Marvin, aka Turbine, tonight. Go right ahead,
So,
Wally.
Sup, y'all? It's me, your boy Wally. I am playing Turbine, who goes by he, him pronouns, and I myself, Wally, also go by he, him pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Wally132, and the playbook I'll be playing is The Bull.
Fantastic. What do you got hope for tonight, Wally?
I hope for a lot of Marvin glaring at things that he dislikes because he can't hit them.
That We can arrange for that. I am almost certain we can.
I'm always down for situations where he gets upset that he can't punch his way out of a situation.
Fantastic. That is the best place for people to be. All right, and leaping back up here, we have Pope playing Mythos.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Build on Twitter, Pope World Build on the Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Super hyped to be here with everybody tonight, playing Mythos, also known as Arthur, the Protege playbook. He and I both use he/him pronouns, and what I'm hoping for tonight is a lot of weirdness. I'm looking for strange things and excuses to disappear.
You might get a couple excuses, and there might even be something strange, because as always in Sunset City, the normal never seems to stay normal for too terribly long. Somebody who desperately probably just wants things to be normal for 5 damn minutes. Christy playing Hussar.
Hi, y'all. This is Polish Christy. I'm playing the Janice, also known as Isla Hinsky, aka Hussar. You are right. This is. I am the most normal of the bunch while also being in the center of a lot of trouble, apparently. So this is going to be great. I'm so excited.
Somebody who is no stranger, but in fact welcomes the trouble. We have our dear Celeste playing Party Crasher. How are you feeling tonight, Celeste?
Oh, I have been so excited for the past 2 weeks. I've been making playlists. I've been making head cannons. I am just ready to go. Party Crasher is ready to party. She's looking to get into some huge trouble because she's not here for a long time. She's here for a good time.
Schmantabulous. And last but certainly not the least, Corey playing Sapphire Sirius. How we doing tonight, Corey?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm playing the Outsider, also known as Sapphire Sirius. And what I'm looking for is just some action and adventure and possibly a chance to prove myself to the people of this planet.
Well, that might happen. You never know. You know, things could go well for once. Maybe. Anyways, I suppose with that, we can go ahead and get this ball rolling. You know, we always do welcome a little bit of donations here and there. Keep us rolling, keep us running. If you want to pop on down below, we'll come up with some specific stuff as we go later. But for right now, just hop on those and we'll work something out. In the meantime, I think we're going to go to afternoon at John Romita Jr. High School. It is almost the end of the day. Where the clock's ticking down. Who wants to jump in? Where's your last class of the day? I want to catch somebody on their interior there.
Isla's last class of the day would probably be like advanced physics or something along those lines.
Okay. Okay. So, physics.
But she is only taking it because Jadwiga made her. And it has to look good on the outside. I wonder I would hope that Sapphire's close because I like to keep him close by.
Yeah, Sapphire, in fact, is pretty close by. And as a matter of fact, while the teacher was giving all these lectures out, Sapphire just sort of nudges Isla like, "Hey, Isla, do the people of this planet know about this stuff yet?" And his notes are just this insane, just like these extremely advanced alien calculations for like hovercrafts and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, those, let's put those away for right now because I feel like we would
Got it. Don't,
We're gonna break something, okay? We don't know any of that yet. It's fine.
Miss Hinsky, is there something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
uh,
No, sorry. I was just being helpful. Didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. You're fine. Damn it, Seraphar.
So, as I was saying about the third law of thermodynamics...
Yeah, I don't know anything she's talking about, so feel free to just, tune out. It's fine.
Alright.
If I look out the window, is Marvin on his motorcycle waiting for me?
You do look out the window, and you see, pretty much like this, like a nice Honda-looking motorcycle sitting out in front of the school, and he is like laying back on it, and there's a book over his face. It's probably like, I think the book is probably like a cook. It's like a book called the Zen of Sushi Making, because he's studying to be a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a book called the Zen of Sushi Making like over his face as he's just laying there on top of the bike.
If when Island notices him waiting there, she just gets a huge smile on her face and just kind of watches him the entire rest of the class. She doesn't even listen to the teacher. And then every now and then, if Sapphire like bumps her or something, she's just like, yeah, okay, good for you.
Okay, Sapphire, is there anything else you're doing with regards to the class at this point, or?
Let's see. So, I'm just looking over my notes for just a second because I'm kind of getting this confused. Is it Isla that likes Marvin, or is it the other way around?
Yes, it is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Isla likes Marvin. Marvin likes Hussar.
Right.
No, yeah.
Right. So, then in that case, Sapphire just notices Isla likes.
Wait, no, it's Marvin likes
yeah.
Isla.
Oh wait,
but
sorry.
But he doesn't know that she's Hussar. So
yeah, he doesn't know that she's Hussar.
I thought
so
right.
Isla in both forms is still very much attracted to Marvin.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, no, not. I don't really do anything just yet. I'm still trying to keep a sort of a low profile after that whole little alien diagram situation. So,
remember when the bell rings? It's okay. We get up and we walk. You don't have to scream and run. Nothing bad is happening. We're fine.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get used to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back on my planet, bells usually mean we're under attack.
Yeah, that sucks.
So you're trying to stay low, keep really mundane. Is that what I'm hearing there, Sirius?
Yeah, and I'm sort of like cloaked in like this like holographic form that makes it just look like just any other ordinary human. They would already know me as Sirius, but as far as anybody in the school knows, I'm just a human. Just probably weird.
He's like my not an exchange student living in my house.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like if you're embracing that mundane there, Sirius, I feel like we could shift that up and shift the freak a little down a bit.
Right. So mundane up, freak down.
Good. Just trying to live that normal life. Okay, so I'm curious. So we have Arthur not Arthur, but we have Marvin outside, just kind of chilling, waiting for the end. Where's Elodie right now?
Well, as Marvin's outside, Elodie is probably rolling up on her motorcycle. She's got a little bit of a glamour on so that she doesn't look exactly like her fetch as it comes out, because that would look suspicious.
Yeah.
To have two of her kicking around. But she rolls up on the motorcycle, probably right next to Marvin, and probably like pokes him in the stomach.
And it's at that point that Sirius starts looking out the window all towards Ellie. He has the biggest crush on her, even though she's a little bit changed with her power. He can still see that it's her, and he's still.
It's the energy.
Yes, the energy that they have.
Exactly.
I think as soon as Elodie pokes Marvin, he doesn't even remove the book, and he says like he doesn't remove the book. He goes, "Whoever's poking me, they do it again. They're losing that hand." And it's not a warning. This is a promise.
Like to see you try, Vinny.
And that's when he like lifts up the book at this point. He goes, "Oh, hey, what you doing here? Do you even go to the school?"
Well, I do, but I don't.
Got it. And then why are you here today?
Just hanging out.
Fair. And he like sits up and puts like the book away in like a pocket. And he looks over at his watch, and then he looks over at the window that Isla's probably looking out of. He's not looking directly at the window. He's like kind of looking in that direction, and he just ticks up a little like that to her, like thinking that they are probably looking out the window at this point.
She blushes and immediately looks away. Yeah. I can't wait to get out of class today.
And it's just crawling along slowly. You swear the minute hand just ticked back a notch. As Miss Slot is just droning on and on and on about Sir Isaac friggin' Newton. It's just on and on it goes. And checking in on the last person of our little quintet, Arthur, where are you on this fine afternoon?
I like to think, because it's the last class of the day, that this classroom, like many, has those series of cabinets in the back for storage, but this is math class, so there's not much there. And peeking ever so slightly out of the supply closet is Arthur. They're actually taking notes. And, like, he's essentially auditing the class because him going to school involves paperwork, and paperwork gets lost.
Does he do this often?
Like, he does this with very specific like classes on campus. But yeah, he's just there. Like, if you peer, like, I just have this panel of you just see this one eye through the supply closet, and then we cut back to him on like a kitchen stool, sitting on the opposite side in the House of Mystery with a little like old-timey Condoroga #2 pencil, where that yellow has like faded and has just a manila envelope that he's just scribing notes on.
Yeah. And right as you're about to get that last little bit of note in, the bell rings. Finally.
And Sapphire.
Isla instinctively grabs their arm and is like, "Hey,
Oh,
up slowly."
the class over. Just miss the
There
class
we go.
over. I'm fine.
A couple people have already taken off out the door.
Okay. I head immediately to my locker, dragging Sapphire with me. Like, your locker's under mine.
Right.
Put your stuff in there. I know you don't have anything really, but just go with me here.
Yeah, well, I do kind of have something. And he opens up the locker, and it's like the locker's bigger on, like his room is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. It's just full of incomprehensible technology the whole way through, and he's just sort of digging through it. And so he's like, so like that guy that she was talking about, Isaac Newton. I mean, I'm not so much worried about all the physics stuff because like we have paradox for that on our planet. But what I want to know is, do apples usually attack people like that? Is that common? They just jump out of trees at people?
Yeah. No, sweetie, that's not what happens.
Okay.
But like I said, I wasn't really paying attention today, so you're gonna have to teach me this instead.
Okay.
Or Busha's gonna have both of our butts.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, I completely understand. He pulled
Okay.
up a notebook like, side notes. Apples are not dangerous.
Perfect. Good job. And do I see the fetch anywhere in the hallways?
Yes. Absolutely. Like once Elodie pointed her fetch out, you can't not notice her when she's there. It's just ugh.
Well, and I try to keep an eye out for her too, just to make sure that there's no crossing of paths or anything. What is your fetch's name?
Oh, it would be Elodie. It would be.
It would still be Elodie?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I see Elodie 2 in the hallway. And I just kind of watch her for a little bit, maybe like smile in her direction, because I'm assuming we know each other in passing, but aren't friends in real life, in the real world. So I'm just like, hey, I know I'm awkwardly staring at you right now.
Oh yeah, and she totally sees, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, and the way Sapphire's staring at her is even more awkwardly than Isla. It's just a straight up stare, and she just
Grab the chin, turn the head.
what do I say to her? I mean,
Oh, you say nothing. No, let's not cross that bridge unless absolutely necessary.
yeah, sure. I mean,
You know she's here for
yeah,
appearances only.
I know that, but it's just so weird, I mean, she looks just like her, and forget it.
We live in a lot of weird right now, okay?
This planet's really weird, but it's much better than mine. I'll give you that. Anyway, should probably change this. And he like sort of flips a switch in his locker, and it just does this sort of fizzle thing, and like turns into like a normal looking locker with some books and some stuff in there. Yeah, does this look accurate? Or should I just, and he turns another dial, and it's just like a blazing fireball in there.
Somebody like notices for like a split second, and they're like, and they like double take.
Isla just immediately kind of like body blocks. I'm like, hey, going to homecoming this weekend? Totally am. Can't wait.
Homecoming was like 6 months ago?
Right. Yeah, did you go? It was fun. It was great. I mean, I didn't go because I was working. But
yeah, sure. Right. And he kind of like tries to look over your shoulder for a second, and then just like
I used my foot and kicked the locker shut and grabbed Sapphire's hand. I'm like, okay, bye. We just walked down the hall.
I feel like you're getting a little bit of the freak rep going on.
Yeah, definitely. So
Okay.
I would definitely change the mundane.
I don't know. Do you want to accept that, or do you want to try and bounce it back?
Well, I mean,
this is for Hussar, not for you.
No, she would definitely try to. She needs that mundane mentality to cover her tracks.
Okay. Let's see. So you're just gonna try and stop it.
Yeah, you tell me what to roll.
Okay. Don't see. You should play ball.
This sounds like a deny, which would be
Yeah.
just 2d6.
Ah, there we go. Perfect.
And any bonuses or penalties to this? Probably
Nah,
not.
not right
None.
now. It just is what it is. And that is a hit.
Gee, thanks for that great conversation. Had a good day. Bye.
It just kind of.
Yep. And Sapphire's still like, wait, what?
Okay.
I love it. I head straight out the doors towards Marvin and where Elodie are. And
Like, as soon as you get outside, you already hear Marvin having an argument with Elodie, where he's like, "All I'm saying is, if a caveman just happened to have access to time travel, if random time travel, if he was able to have access to time travel, and he came to present time, and an astronaut was fighting him, I am saying is the caveman would win."
Okay, look, you can argue that the caveman is a little bit stronger because he has, he had to be active and hunting and, all of that. But the astronaut has modern technology on his side. The astronaut's probably got a gun, dude. Gun go bang. Caveman go dead.
Astronauts are basically the equivalent of scientists. Scientists are not issued pistols when they leave the field. I'm not going to give a scientist a gun
Okay,
to
so
go
he's
to
a
the moon.
hobbyist. He's a hobbyist.
An astronaut hobbyist has a gun with him. That's just another
He's got a
unlikely variable.
concealed license, okay? Concealed carry
saying-
license.
I'm going with the facts that are presented to us. Cavemen, they're strong, they have instincts, they have everything going for them. They're going to be an astronaut. And he instantly looks over at Eastland, like waves.
yeah. Hey, babe.
Hey.
Your friend's here again.
No, yeah, we're having an argument. Settle this argument. Caveman versus astronaut.
I kind of subtly whisper into Sirius's ear real quick and be like, remember, I am only Isla.
Right. I got it. And he turns over back to Seth and Marvin, like, caveman versus an astronaut? Oh yeah, I've heard about both of those things in school lately. What are you rooting for, Elodie? And he just sort of chuckled a little bit.
Listen, okay, the astronaut is going to win. The astronaut has modern technology on his side. Technology is going to beat brute strength any day.
And immediately he goes, yeah, the astronaut's totally gonna win. I mean, like, you could just land his spaceship on the caveman. He'll just smash him.
That's it. The spaceship is not going to be there. The spaceship is not going to be there. It's just a caveman versus an astronaut. Now the caveman versus an astronaut in the spaceship, and he puts his arm around Isla when they get closer.
Yeah.
Astronauts have these suits that protect you from cosmic rays. I mean, if
I'm
they can
gonna be on Marvin's side.
protect you from a club or a rock.
A well-placed rock versus a space helmet. I'm sorry, I'm going to go with well-placed rock.
Okay, look, clearly we need a tiebreaker here. Hey, Arthur, honey.
So apparently Isla's just friends with all of your friends too.
He just
Pretty much.
walks out from behind a pillar. He's got an acoustic guitar with him. And is emulating Chris Hadfield's cover of Space Oddity. And as he finishes ground control to Major Tom, he just an abrupt sour chord, caveman.
Thank you.
Oh, tie broken.
Ties broken.
Sorry.
Caveman wins.
Trust me on this. I've seen this argument in the bar before, and someone brought up Captain Caveman. Do not fight Captain Caveman. So I love me some astronauts. I managed to somehow pirate the masterclass that Chris Hadfield put out there. But yeah, no, astronauts are great, but in a one-on-one fight, they usually have lower bone density and less developed musculature. So in a hand-to-hand combat fight, I'm taking the caveman.
All right, I knew that, okay? I was just trying to be contrarian. I can't agree with Marvin on anything, on principle.
No, I appreciate that about
Does
you,
this have
Ellie.
something to do with physics?
Hey, you guys, never mind.
I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with physics. I just asked the question and asked her, said, hey, who do you think would win? A caveman versus an astronaut? And she looked like she was about to say caveman, but then she instantly said astronaut because she knew I'd probably say caveman.
Yeah, and while this is going on, Sapphire writes in his notebook, humans lose bone density when they travel to space. What the and an alien word.
Besides, it has everything to do with physics. The physics of a club smashing into an astronaut's skull. That's physics.
Isla takes this moment to be like, okay, well, I'm glad you came to pick me up. Can you just take me home? I need to see Busha real quick, and you can play with your friends.
Oh, yeah. He reaches into the little trunk of his bike and gives Isla a helmet.
I just hop on the back, helmet on, be like, you guys have fun. And then I just kind of look at Arthur and I'll be like, come and get me in a minute.
He just whispers, I'll Cheshire cat you. And as they do the panel, he just walks back behind the pillar,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now peering, slowly opening and cracking open a closet at Isla's apartment. And right in front of him is a big plush Cheshire cat. Plushie that he's just hiding behind, so it's just the nose and then the cat.
You gabbling about in here again, boy?
Closes.
As soon as we pull up, I just kind of give Marvin an extra squeeze, and I'll be like, I figured you were busy, and I have a lot of homework to do. Otherwise, Busha's not going to let you hang out anymore. And, her form of punishment is just feeding you. So...
I'm kind of always fine with her just feeding me. She makes great pierogies.
Oh,
it was awkward the day when she made me make the pierogies with her.
Oh, that's the funnest part, though.
Oh no, it was incredibly fun. It's just I was trying to throw in my own flavors to it, but then she kept on smacking my hand after
Oh, yeah, no. You don't mess with the recipes.
Oh no, I don't mess with the recipes at all. It's just I've never been hit by an old lady, so it was a very weird thing because it's you hit me, I'm gonna either fight or flight, and well, me, but it's a tiny old lady, and I'm certain she could wreck me. So there's that.
I immediately just put my hands on both sides of his face, and I'm just like, yeah, she would hurt you.
I don't doubt this at all. And he drives off, and he normally drives recklessly, but he is kind of obeying the rules of the road since Isla's on the bike with him. But he does drive. He doesn't drive recklessly, but he gets there the fastest way possible, so that her grandmother won't get too worried. While at the same time taking a bit of a long route so they can have some time together.
Yeah. So as you are doing this, you are stopped at a traffic light, and this hot rod rolls up next to you.
Does Isla feel anything or see anything coming from it?
You would, Isla, actually, funny enough. This thing literally flares with menace.
Oh, I can't say anything.
No, you can't.
And I just kind of squeeze Marvin a little tighter. I'll be like, don't forget I'm with you, please.
He he lances, then he glances over at the hot rod.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like kind of like checks out the car, because I mean it's a car, it's a pretty cool looking car. So he just
Yeah.
checks it out for a bit, then looks at the driver.
You cannot see the driver through the tinted windows.
He like looks back at, he says like, it's kind of weird, but for a hot rod to have tinted windows is kind of odd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Oh god.
Yeah.
It guns
And he,
its
like-
engine.
Oh, is it like a in like a challenging way to him?
Oh, absolutely.
He looks back at Isla. Babe, I
I kiss his cheek, I jump off.
thank you, you're the best in my world, don't forget that. And he revs the engine several times.
And then you see Isla just runs to the sidewalk, and you see her pull her ring out from her backpack, put it on. She's like, Arthur! 2nd Street, quickly, do not make it noticeable. And so, as soon as
Okay.
Marvin starts revving his engine, he looks back, and I won't be there, hopefully.
Like it very quickly from like there's this perspective. I'm just seeing like there's the street corner, there's the pole for the lamp and the crosswalk coming out from behind the pole. Just you see Arthur's hand just cradle Isla's hip, and just the word bubble. Close your eyes, hold your breath, and then
No longer there?
just that slight like comic book pop
Mm-hmm.
of like air collapsing because of vacuum, and then they're back coming out from under Isla's bed. Just the two of them.
I say, perfect. And then I immediately start getting my gear together. I'd be like, something's up. We're gonna have to meet up with Marvin, or he's gonna do something bad.
And it is right at that point we cut back to 2nd Street. The light goes green, and the race is on.
Oh, he peels off.
Yeah, absolutely. And this thing is going right after you. Let's go.
I am definitely sticking to like doing a full out straightaway,
Mm-hmm.
taking advantage of the fact that I'm on a bike and that's a hot rod.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like just straight away, so it doesn't like have but then as soon as like if there's any crowded traffic, I'm just gonna go crap. I'm gonna quickly turn off into another street so there's less traffic, to a street where there's less traffic, to avoid any kind of potential collisions.
Yeah, it's afternoon. It's not quite rush hour yet, but it's starting to get busier out. So you try to cut down a side street, and it stops. It cuts you off. It keeps you on this road.
Oh,
It's starting to get more bystanders.
oh, and I like look over at the hot rod. I'm like, look, I'm all for this, but we got to get to an emptier street, or we're gonna hurt a lot of people. And I'm trying my best to try to like get to make a turn to another emptier street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you're trying to do that, it's swerving around trying to stop you. You hear that rev of its engine again, and like a couple flames shoot out of the cylinders there for a moment.
Okay, buddy, you're really starting to annoy me. You're really starting to piss me off at this point. And is it like feel like this car is like trying to like bump into me?
It's not bumping into you specifically. It's more using the threat of sideswiping you to keep you on this path, and it's only a matter of time at this point, you feel like, before somebody gets hurt, and you're not sure who.
Okay. I look down at my bike and like, there are two things I love in this world: The other one got off the bike. I'm real sorry. And I jump off the bike before, and like I try to turn the bike off so it slams into a into like a lamppost, and I'm
Okay.
just gonna like take the hit from like slamming into a lamppost.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it as a defend because you're trying
Okay.
to avoid harm coming to people and things.
Okay, that I can do. Ooh, okay. That is a savior roll.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, not bad.
That is an 8. Okay, so on a 7 through 9, it costs you. You expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Get add a team to a pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition. In addition to this.
I think for this one, you have to choose, or should I choose for this one?
I believe you choose what you get out of it, but, the expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation, that's up to you what happens there.
I think I'll expose myself to danger.
Expose yourself to danger. Okay.
Yeah.
So you manage to ditch the bike.
Mhm.
However, unfortunately, this drops you in the middle of the street, and this thing is just bearing down at you at this point. Directly. And that's when you can see through the windshield of the hot rod for just a moment. And you see a grinning face, monstrous in form. And then I'm gonna need you to take a powerful blow here as this car plows into you.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. I feel like we're looking at probably either superior or freak. I'm not certain which one is this one here.
I believe for this. Well, let me see. Do I have any move against this?
Yeah, if you've got a move.
All right. You know what? I would like to use my move in a China shop.
Okay.
When I directly engage a threat, I can cause significant collateral damage to my environment to choose an additional option in case I miss. But I'm not really directly engaging. I guess I'm just taking a powerful blow in general,
Yeah,
right?
you're taking a powerful.
Okay.
Powerful blow. I know we're
Unless
pretty much new to the system.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
roll plus your conditions. Currently, you have
Ah.
none. So it is
I have
just
none. I have no
straight up
conditions anyway.
Straight up 2d6. You want to roll low.
That's a 5.
That's what I like to see.
A
That's what I
5.
like to
Time
see.
on this is good.
Yeah.
Let's see. So when you take a powerful blow on a miss, you stand strong. You mark potential as normal. And how do you weather this hot rod plowing into you?
I stand strong. I pretty much, as soon as this hot rod is plowing at me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I just do this and go, all right. And I like hunker down and I hold my hands out and I slam them against the hot rod coming in at me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, like you see the ground underneath my feet gets like torn up as I get pushed back a bit. I'm
Yeah.
guessing the hot rod does not even like react to like the force I'm pushing up against it. Like no bending fenders or anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't like break or bend at all. It does rev harder, and more of the flames shoot out of the engine. As it's trying. And I think you turn it aside, actually, in this case.
Okay.
And it kind of does like a donut, kind of skids out of control, and smashes into a couple of cars.
As soon as I see that, like, you made me wreck a gift my second mom gave me. I am not sitting well with that. And I run after this car, and I'm just going to like try to get over to the driver's side door and like slam my hands into it and try to rip it off.
Okay, cool. That sounds like you're directly engaging a threat to me.
I am directly engaging this threat.
That seems excellent. Let's roll a danger. We'll resolve this, and then I think it will be time to bring some other heroes onto the scene. Whoa! Whoa, Nelly! Turbine on fire with this. So that.
Also, can I use the in a China shop?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
So yeah, I get to choose. So when I directly engage threat, just to remind you, I significant collateral damage to the environment to choose an additional option, even on a miss.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's like he's just being reckless because he's upset.
Absolutely.
So he rips the door off and he flings it to the side. And I think I imagine like the door just like slams into something.
I imagine like going through a window, like of a store, essentially.
Does it go into the window of a China shop?
No, Second Street's not really an antique sort of place. However, it does go through the window of an Apple store. It's close enough, right?
It's just about one big window in general.
That's why it's a really easy target. So you get 3 of the 4 options off of the engagement press.
What are my options?
Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Well, one, I'm definitely going to frighten the opposition. Is definitely one thing I'm going to do. Also, I will definitely also take. I will take something from them. Is it possible that I can try to yoink the person out? Like, will count as yoinking taking the car away from the person by pulling them out of the car?
You try and remove them from the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that count as taking something?
I'm okay with that. I'll
Okay.
I've got an idea. We can roll with it.
And the third one will be to, he's gonna resist and avoid their blows.
Okay, so as you rip the door off of the car, it is roasting in here like an oven. Inside is this conflagration, but you don't even think about that, Marvin. You're just consumed with your own rage and the need to stop this. And you reach in and you grab the person. It's not really so much a person as it is a thing, a monster of some kind. You've seen a couple something similar in No Name, and as you pull it out, it screeches and howls. And you see like little, like a couple small icicles form on it, almost as if it's too cold for it, even though it's a nice, summer afternoon. And toss them away before they have a chance to swipe at you with their claws. And it's at that point, who's next on the scene?
I think myself and Isla have made our way back to 2nd Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm in full
After-
Hussar gear.
Isla has done their quick change.
Mm-hmm.
And now Hussar is with me. Like, pop back. I like to think with there's a bit like that door, because of how hot it was internally, was smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So it crashes through the windows of the Apple Store, and the two of us walk out of the smoke.
I just look at Arthur and I say, "Yep, Marvin's at it again." Crack my knuckles.
Yeah, and not to mention, Sapphire was actually like sort of flying overhead at this point, and he just sort of shoots down from the sky. It's like, hey, what's all the commotion over here? Just
Mythos just like scrunches the eyes at everything. Already, subtlety be damned. He's quickly like rummaging through whatever shadowy pocket is in his cloak, while everyone's arriving, just kind of squinting at what's going on between Turbine and whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Isla will run up and go right next to Marvin and be like, I see you're, making this really easy on us yet again.
This guy, whatever this thing is, made me wreck my bike. I am not happy about that. And he's already turning after this guy to walk over them and try to give them another kick.
Instead, Isla just puts her hand on Marvin's back and takes all that anger he has and uses it to like push at the other guy and hold him down with like I don't want to say fiery, but very white hot, like glowing net. Be like, I'll hold him for you.
Yeah. And as you do that, it screeches again, this unearthly howl. And it, no more! Leave the light! Leave the light!
Hate the light.
It like is trying to scratch and scrabble at the net, trying to tear it loose.
I'm just holding him there, like, interesting. You want to do this, Marvin, or do you want me? I mean, I can hold this for a while because you're really angry, so it's kind of easy.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty upset. I'm seething with anger right now. It's you. I mean, may not look at it, but I'm pretty seething right now, and because he's like that. He has a very stoic. He doesn't really project a lot of his emotions, but he's angry. He walks over to this thing and kind of like crouches down next to it to give it a good look at it. And then he looks around to see if any of the other team members of the team are here yet.
Looks like a couple other people are here now. You got Hussar. Looks like Mythos is also here, and so looks like Sapphire's touching down as well.
Yeah.
I look at this. I like Mythos. Does this thing look familiar to you in any way?
I'd like to let's do the move consult the books.
Seems good.
A variation of assess the situation. So I've been reading the files. The superior.
Is Elodie rolling up on her bike at any time?
Probably. I mean, she probably at this point saw the traffic was getting a little funny. She's like, what's going on? And then she heard some crashing, probably saw some smoke and started running over because that's gotta be Marvin.
Boy, oh boy, that's an 11. Full. Rolling hot
Wow,
tonight.
we're making hot rolls.
Okay, so on a hit, tell the team one important detail I've learned from my studies about this. GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. In 10 plus, ask the GM a follow-up question. They will answer it honestly.
Okay, what do you got?
So, this is a demon. They shouldn't be upstairs. Also, demons usually don't care about light unless they're a very specific breed. You don't look like that, so what's going on?
Let's see. And that's your follow-up is what's going on?
Yeah, like, what? Like, something's, like, there are definitely two things off.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm more, to be more precise, I'm not going to try and narrow down like the classification of demon.
Mhm.
That's something I can take to Hell Warden maybe later.
Hopefully.
I'm more concerned with how did you get upstairs?
So, demons come in one of two flavors in this sort of situation. Either they're left over from something happening, or somebody brought them.
And I think this is when he finally pulls some. He finally gets whatever it was he was rummaging for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a giant key ring with a myriad of different holy symbols, keys, bits and bobs, and MacGuffins. Just goes like as the net's holding them, as like people are, the rest of the team are assembling around, circling this entity, just flipping through and going, so who, like finally getting the hand with the key ring over the demon. Who summoned you? Where did you come from? And just for a moment, like closes his eyes. Eyes open back. They're no longer normal, completely violent. And I'm going to try and unleash my powers here.
Okay, go for it.
All right. So, roll freak. Damn. Okay. So, on a hit for unleash your powers, I do what I intend to do, which is either overcome an obstacle, reshape the environment, or extend my senses. In this case, we're going to extend the senses. I'm trying to essentially track where this entity came from.
And so what you have this vision as the car skirts back, and you see this going back, and you can tell it's a bit of time, and several other different car accidents caused by this, till finally you rewind all the way back to an underpass of the Stardust Highway that kind of runs along the coast near Sunset City, and there was a summoning.
So we see that like panel, and then turn the page, and there is just we see one of the MacGuffins, a skeleton key made out of brass, just point in the direction of the highway. Mythos's head, eyes still glowing violet, just snaps in that direction, and then slowly creams back down. Hand reaches out, gently touches against this creature's neck.
I dropped the cage, by the way.
Who summoned you?
It tries to say, but its mouth is stuck open, frozen.
Go home. And draws the cloak over both him and the creature. They're both gone. I would like to teleport to No Names.
That seems like an unleash.
Yeah, that's an unleash. That's an intent.
Yeah, let's go for it. Just making sure.
Miss. So we try and something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mark potential when you miss.
Yeah, hooray! So you said you're trying to go to No Names, right?
Yes.
No Names, definitely is not that dealership on 12th, right?
Yeah, that's not where we are. Where I intended. If I may have a little bit of liberty, I have an idea of what we're in. So reappears. The demon's not there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur's in the trunk of a classic 1965 caddy, black, large fins, and this thing is now back behind the wheel.
Yeah. And what happens is, it starts to get very warm in there as you hear the car start to rev up, and he starts to cackle. And we are off to the races again.
Marvin Nori
Hey,
looks
I-
over at the hot rod.
Like,
Uh-huh.
so
The hot
just-
rod, like, collapses into a pile of, like, busted up parts.
I guess he sent him back home.
Help!
No.
Nope. Nope, he did not.
Didn't.
What happened?
I think I'm dealing with magic that I can't quite interfere with just using the normal stuff. I am fairly certain I'm in the trunk of a vehicle. It's getting very hot. I have no idea where I am.
Oh,
Can Isla like cover her ears and shut her eyes and try to just like feel out in the direction she knows Arthur very well?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can try and, that sounds like it's unleashing your powers. You want to extend your senses a bit there, right?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find my friend.
Yeah, let's do it.
you know what? I'm going to try and. Oh wait, you're going to try it.
Yeah, and that's a freak.
Yep. Freak.
And do I get because I have influence over him and I'm influenced by him. Any plus or minuses?
You give you the +1. Yep.
Mhm.
Addition.
Yep, plus one to any target.
Oh no!
Oh no! So. Oh,
It all falls apart.
does.
We're
fall
making
Large
such good
potential.
rolls.
Yeah, I feel like you lose him. You lose him in the wash of the city, unfortunately.
And I kind of scream that out. I'm like, I can't find him.
Hey,
Calm down,
I feel
Angel
like
babe.
that's I feel like you're feeling a little hopeless off that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I've got an idea. I can contact one of my people and see if they might be able to help us out in this situation. So,
You have people.
yeah, I've got people. So what I'm getting ready to try and do is one of my moves called Belong in Two Worlds. It says you have the resources that come with your station. Whenever you contact your people, roll superior. On a 10+, hold 3. On a 7-9, hold 2. On a miss, hold 1. But your people make an uncomfortable demand. You can spend your hold 1 to receive a useful piece of alien technology, consult your people's knowledge to ask the GM a question about your current situation, or clear a condition to the comfort of contact with your home. So what I'm going to try and do is consult their knowledge to ask the GM a question about the current situation. So, but I did kind of forget what that hold system meant. So, but I can just roll it, right?
You
Yeah.
roll, and what holds, how they work is you can call upon that hold either immediately or when the situation arises.
Yeah.
That's why it's referred to as a hold.
It's a resource essentially that you hold on to.
Yeah. There are a number of things where you can like hold like a certain number. That's what that is. And as a quick refresher for all of you out there, there's holds There's forwards, which is getting a bonus to the next applicable roll,
Mhm.
and there's ongoings. Those last until the scene ends.
Mhm.
Okay. I think I get it. So yeah, I'm going to roll and attempt to contact somebody from the stalagmites, the rebel group of Libyans who are basically up in the outfit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I made a mistake.
So
Roll
your superior.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the right situation.
All right. Takes a hot second. That's looks like an 8 to hit. So you get 2 hold on that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he like pulls out this little device, this little disc thing, and this little symbol like sort of comes out of it. It says, "Sapphire, Sirius, and the stalagmites, come in, come in." And he contacts one of these people. So he asks, "Okay, I'm going to need you guys to do a radar scan for me. We're on the lookout for a vehicle somewhere in this city, I hope, and it's going to be really, really, really hot in there. Can you do a thermal scan to help us find something like that, rolling around through the city?"
This is Quartz Duram. I read you.
Nice to meet you. It's Quartz Duram.
All right, Sapphire. Doing a thermal scan. See if we have unusual heat sources in the city.
Thank you.
Okay. There is a rapidly rising heat source coming from 12th and Horn.
12th and Horn, he says. That's where we should be looking. All right. Thank you so much. I owe you one.
Absolutely.
Isla immediately starts climbing a fire escape so she can get on roofs and starts jumping roofs.
And Sapphire just swoosh, shoots off into that direction, takes off to the sky, and just heads off to.
Get on, Artie.
I get on the back.
Oh wait, not Artie.
I get on the back
Artie's
of
going to
Elodie's
Oopsie.
bike, and I'm like,
We ain't gonna be racing for a while, are we?
no, we're not. Oh, Mom's gonna kill me. Let's go.
She won't kill you if she don't know.
She'll know.
All right.
As soon as I reach the corner of a building that if I can see the car, I'll shout it out through the ring to everybody which direction it's heading in.
Yeah, it's headed west towards the coast.
Towards the coast. Everybody move! Arthur, you good?
It's getting really hot in here.
Starting to sweat a lot.
Take some clothes off, Artie. You'll be fine.
Elodie, stop trying to get everyone naked.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me he wouldn't look cute.
Hussar just takes off running over in that direction again and does some cool slide down a fire escape type thing to get down to the ground again.
Yeah. And that black caddy comes roaring past the alleyway.
Take off after it. Am I anywhere close to kind of like grab onto any of the handles?
That's a good question. You know what? I like the idea, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab onto one of the handles and try to drag myself up on top of the cars and then hold on to the top of the car. I'm gonna try to punch through the driver's side window.
Okay. It sounds like you're wanting to directly engage with a threat.
True that.
Yep. Give me that
let's
danger
see.
roll.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Ooh.
So as
Potential.
you grab and you try and go for the punch, and it jerks, and you go flying off and slam.
Okay.
into-
I hit the ground and I just kind of tumble and roll, a little bit of blood down my cheek. I'm just like, "Ah, I lost him. Someone else, catch up."
How you feeling there?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty angry.
Angry? Angry sounds good.
Elodie at this point is going to try and come out of a side alley and cut in front of him so that Marvin can jump off.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely going to, as soon as Elodie cuts around, I'm just gonna like throw myself off the bike to like jump and land on top of the car.
Also, what Sapphire is going to do as soon as he like shows up is he's actually going to try to unleash his powers to create a wall for this car to just slam into.
This couldn't possibly go wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, that is true. It could. Well,
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying it could go horribly wrong.
yeah, definitely.
Cool.
You know, because basically the idea is like since Mythos is in the trunk, it's probably gonna do more damage to the driver than the guy in the trunk. So, unleash my powers. Full hit.
Hey, you certainly do. So, like, is this a wall of light that you're creating?
Yeah, it's a wall of light that just goes up and creates this wall of light. And let me just look at the moves real quick to just make sure that. So when you're unleashing your powers, what are the options that you get again?
On a 10, you do it. So whatever you have just said, that's what happens.
Right. So what I'm intending to do is like he's gonna put up this wall, and what he hopes to do is cause the car to crash. It'll stop it in its tracks, damage the driver, but hopefully the damage to the car will be enough to at least like sort of prop the trunk open or something like that. Like sort of let it, you know how it sort of.
So what I will say here is you've reshaped the environment.
Right.
Your advantage. So you're gonna be able to pop I will say the car will strike, it will pop the trunk. It's not gonna stop though, because this is not your average caddy at this point.
Yeah, that's true. So smashed through that like wall.
So yeah, it hits the wall. You see it crumple, and then it uncrumples a little bit. But the trunk does pop open. Arthur, fresh air.
With everything, with the door popping, there's light. I'm no longer in the darkness. There's a lot of heat. I think there's like smoke starting to billow out from the back panel between him and the trunk's inner wall.
Yep.
Looking at that, Mythos has never been accused of being overly bright. So, going to yell as loud as he can and attempt to provoke someone.
Okay. Sure, you can do that.
Hey there, hot stuff. Having to siphon off somebody else's powers to actually do anything relevant? And we're going to roll with superior.
Sure.
Hit.
Okay, you get 1. So either they stumble, you get a +1 forward. They err, you can get a critical opportunity, or they overreact and you get an influence over them.
They overreact and I gain influence.
Okay. So you do that, and the car flares to life. You all on the outside see the car just transform into this hellish edifice. It's got, spikes, flames are just like billowing out of the windows, and like the thing shoots out of the roof oversized. It's like one of those novelty caricatures where it's got the guy riding the thing. That's what it looks like now.
Oh boy. Oh man.
And
And
it's
the funny
red.
thing is, as soon as that happened, and as soon as it busts out of the roof of the car, that is when Marvin already launched himself off the bike and just landed on the back of this gigantic thing that busts out the roof of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he lands on it, he just starts punching it in the back of the head repeatedly.
Okay, yeah, that seems right.
Oh, and like, you know what? I'm also going to directly engage this threat. I'm gonna like should go up to him and say, "Hey, I heard you don't like light. How about this?" And he like shoots this laser beam thing like right in his face.
Well, let's see what Marvin does first. I want to see this direct engage from Marvin here really quick.
Yeah, I'm going to directly engage the threat. Because once again, why not bull in a china shop with this?
Go for it.
Seems right.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, what are we doing? You get 3 of 4. And what damage did you cause on this?
So, oh boy. I am going to say that he's definitely going to. I think he's gonna definitely surprise the thing this time because it's like it grows out of the car and he thinks it's doing fine. All of a sudden, bam, gets punched in the back of the head repeatedly. Also, I am going to create an opportunity for my allies since I know my team is here. And I'm going to resist or avoid the blow. So the way he resists and avoid the blows is because the thing is much bigger than he is. Every time he punches, he scrambles around on its back, moving to where, like, it moves down to, like, the small of the back. So every time he tries to reach behind him, he's like, nope, your arms are too thick, you can't reach me. And then he runs back up to where he was punching and punches again and keeps on doing that back and forth. And I think he's doing, and it's like to create the opportunity for allies, he's doing this as a way to, like, keep this thing distracted enough so it's flailing its arms around, trying to, like, reach back at it as he's punching away at this thing, so that he leaves an opening for someone from his team to do something to this thing.
Yeah, and it is
right.
ticked, and so it's
So-
going to try and gun its engine and just run right through a building at this point.
Would that be the collateral damage his move causes?
I think that's part of it, and in doing so, okay. So who is in / on the car currently?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want Elodie to come around the back of the car and sort of scoop Artie out of there and get him on the back of the bike
Okay.
and take off with him. Get
So
him out of there.
we'll cover that here in a hot second. I've got a
Okay.
couple things we're balancing here because there's a lot of action going on in these panels, folks. Let me tell you. So if I will allow for that, but unfortunately you're going to get taken along for the ride on this. Then, so I need all
Okay.
3 of you to suffer powerful blows as
Fantastic.
you
Okay.
go plowing through the building.
Like to tag one of my passive abilities.
Sure.
Captain, since beforehand we said that he was the leader. I also have influence on every single one of my teammates. So one of the other aspects of this game is a resource called team. At start of any single issue, there's one in the pool.
Yep.
Then when we enter battle as a team, another 2 gets added to the pool.
Yep.
Then 1, since I have influence over everybody, so that's 4. And then I add, because of Captain, an additional 1. So we're at 5, and I get a +1 forward to
Nice.
This action. So I will be taking the blow at. Actually, I don't want the +1 for this action. because that would be bad.
Well, you have influence over the demons, so you still have that anyway. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
you do.
Oh, dear.
You don't want to get bonuses on
I
this
forgot. Powerful blow. You
Yeah.
want blow.
Yeah.
Whoops. Well,
I got a 7 on my powerful blow.
okay. That's going to be a little troublesome. Party Crasher, going to be just fine. Running this down.
Do I mark potential since I?
No, you don't mark
Okay.
potential. It's only on the miss that you mark potential, which is why.
Yeah, and I take a hit.
That is going to be some hits coming in for both the Party Crasher and for Mythos. So, on 7 through 9, you choose one. You either lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions. You two.
I'm going to go past the pain. I'm going to mark 2 conditions. I'm going to mark guilty, considering the situation I've put my teammates in.
Sure.
And I am also going to do afraid, because all of this is not playing out like I've been instructed before. Like, everything previous should have worked.
I am going to go with give ground, because I'm just being reckless right now. Like, there's no like logic in what he's doing. He's just trying to knock this thing out. And because like this is what he does. This is the only thing he really knows how to do. And he's just going by instinct right now. And he's not keeping fully aware of his situation at this point.
Yeah. So I think the opportunity here is that the demon does get a hold of you and just wings you across the street to another building, and you think that's going to be another. You're going to have to take another powerful blow here as it just whips at you. It's
Got it.
mean.
Wow.
Ooh. Okay.
Got
Got another one.
I will. That case, he will definitely. As he like slams through this building, his like hits he's taken before many times. This isn't new to him. But he like pushes out of the rubble, and he looks at. He yells at Elodie, and he yells at Sapphire. And he yells, you could do something besides making a wall at it, as he pushes himself out of the rubble. Yes. And I think that will be the condition. That would be the whole
provoke to reckless action.
Yeah, provoke reckless action to take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. Yeah.
Because you do have influence over me. For my thing, everybody on the team's got influence over me. So, yeah. And so Sapphire is like, oh, right, sorry. And she just flies over towards the demon thing, and he's just like shooting energy beams, and he just like tackles the thing head on. No, you know what? No, you know what he does? He decides to try and take this thing at melee range. That's what he's gonna do.
Trade blows. Yes.
He creates like this sword of light and charges towards it. Like, big up, foul creature! Directly engages the threat.
I would like to use team in this situation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
At this moment is when Arthur is going to aid. He is going to pull a rubber bunny out from his cloak, toss it at the back of this thing's head. It impacts with a squeak. So get +1 on this directly engaged threat there, Sapphire.
Okay, great.
As it is distracted.
That's a 9 hit.
Yep, that is indeed a hit. So on a 7 through 9, you get 1. You resist or avoid blows, take something, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I am actually going to frighten the opposition by, while he's like slashing away at this thing, he like raises his sword like up in the air, and it emits this beam of light, like this, just because you know how this thing apparently has an aversion to light. Like his sword starts glowing like Excalibur at this point at this demon as he's right before he gets ready to get into battle with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he like goes in and starts attacking it. So yeah, that's how I frighten this dude.
Yeah. Elodie. I believe you were trying to extricate Arthur from a troubling situation.
Yeah. When the big charge happened and it was crashing into buildings, I imagine that I was kind of like trying to keep up with the back end of it,
Yeah.
trying to reach in, but like when it crashed into the building, I had to peel off. I had to peel off in order to keep from crashing myself. And I've just now managed to pull the bike back around to the back of the thing, and I hold my hand out for Arthur. Come on, get on the damn bike!
This feels like a defend.
It does feel like a defend.
Okay.
Roll me then save, yeah.
Yeah, where we at with Savior? I have a whole lot of Savior, but I got some. Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna
Potential.
take this moment then to use my special move called I'll Save You.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to pay a high cost to keep my loved ones safe. So I can mark and condition or reveal my secret identity to someone watching, and I can defend like I rolled a 12 plus. So I'm gonna mark a condition of afraid because I am scared for everyone right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just gonna see Hussar run directly in the middle of all this, eyes facing straight at the demon, and her hands are just going to be out in front of her, or one in front of her, one behind her, pointing towards Marvin. And he doesn't know it, but she's trying to feel the care that she has for him. And as she flares it out, the white wings flare out from her back, and she's going to just kind of put up a wall of like light or safety around the creature and just give everybody a moment.
Okay, cool. Yes, you're able to do that. And Party Crasher and Mythos are going to see this. You see down at the other end of the street from where you're at. Just call me a moment. And Party Crasher sees this first because you just can't mistake it. It's a horse. It's a black horse.
Oh no.
And sitting atop
Oh
it
no.
is the Black Knight.
Oh no.
And he is fixing Lance. And preparing
no.
a charge.
No. We're going to attempt to defend.
Does Sapphire see this thing? The Black Knight, I mean?
Well, I think you're kind of occupied with being
The
in melee
demon.
range with the
Yeah.
demon and trying to be wrapped up.
No, this is an oh no moment because we didn't quite get to each other. So
Yeah.
so Mythos is still in the back of the trunk.
Mhm.
We both see this in that moment. And going to try for a defend. Let's roll and then describe what happens.
I like that idea.
So I'm gonna roll with Savior. I'm going to actually be selfish and just take a team and just yell out at Party Crasher. This party is too hot for you. Get gone! And a miss. So in that, he is lashing out essentially almost from fear and anger to try and get them to pull off from this, as he clumsily flips up and is now atop the car, cloak whipping in the wind, nearly dragging him off, and he's got hold of the demon. Hand is burning up. He's in a worse spot, and he hasn't helped Party Crasher at all.
So Lance fixed. The Black Knight charges.
Is he charging me? Is he charging Hussar?
You don't know.
He's charging me now.
He's charging, but you can't tell who.
Right. What I mean is, no matter who he's charging, I want to get in the way of it.
Okay.
This is my fight, not hers.
Okay.
I'm still focused on the demon anyway, with my angel wings out, just pulsing energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's beating against the cage, trying to get out. It wants out, and you won't let it.
Mm-hmm.
So then it sounds like you want to take a powerful blow. Is that right, Party Crasher? You're acting so unselfishly here.
Oh yeah. This is not anybody's demon but mine, so to speak. And I'm not gonna let her go down to my duty.
Okay. Well, roll it.
Oh boy. How do I still not have any conditions? What the heck, dude?
You've been very lucky so far.
You
I
have
really
been.
have
You've been
been.
incredibly lucky.
9.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's bad.
Ooh.
That's right, 'cause he
Oh no. On a 9. You must either you lash out verbally with somebody, you give ground, or you struggle past the pain.
I'm gonna struggle past the pain.
Which conditions are you marking now? You didn't have them before, but now you got them.
I'm gonna take guilty because the asshole that I'm here to fight, it almost got hold of my friends, and that's not okay with me. And I feel like that's my fault. That because I was here, it came for them, and that's not okay. And then I'm also gonna mark afraid, because this thing still terrifies me, and I'm not ready for this yet, and I know that, but I don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah. You go, and the knight charges, and it veers at the last second, right before striking.
And
So-
I'm like, it's got a lance, right?
So like
and
it like
we're like,
whacks you with the flat of it almost. It doesn't catch you on the point. It just like swats you aside.
right, I want to hang on. I want to hang on to the lance.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You can do that.
And hold firm and like try to like fucking, oh, you got me now, motherfucker. Let's go.
Oh dear, not approved by the Commons Code Authority. Sorry, folks. Anyways, okay. Well, now we're in another fine mess, aren't we? Who's next?
Asar finally notices the Black Knight is there,
Mhm.
and she slowly drops the cage and kind of just turns her attention towards Elodie and the Black Knight, and then looks at everybody else, and she kind of backs up and she runs towards Marvin instead of going towards anything else right now. Does that count as me marking off one of my conditions as running away then?
Well, running away means you quit the fight. That means
Oh, yeah.
you dip out.
Yeah.
If you're running
Nope.
towards
Nope, I'm running towards Marvin, and I'm just
Now-
if he's still kind of like down for the count or just getting out
Oh
of
no,
the rubble.
I'm slowly pushing up out of the rubble at this point
Mhm.
because I got thrown through a building.
That's
you
why
know?
I'm trying to help him up, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we need you. Like, suck it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Right. And I instantly get up, and as
Now,
soon as I see like
what I will say is I will let you clear hopeless though, because you are flinging yourself onto easy relief.
Ooh,
Thank you.
nice. There it is.
Sometimes Killer GM gives merciful.
In
I
fact,
see
these
as
days,
soon
yes.
as I push out of the rubble, and after like Hazar helps me up, I'm like looking around and I see I see the demons, like that aura around the demon drop.
Yep.
And I see Sapphire just like fighting away at this thing.
Yep.
And I see the Black Knight charging at this point.
Mhm.
And I like, all right, no, this has got to end. And I run at the demon, and I yell at Sapphire. I tell him to Sapphire, duck. And I would like to run at this thing and unleash my powers to just punch the ever-loving crap out of this thing's face.
Well, that's what he does. Sapphire gets out of the way as soon as he sees.
Well, no, he tells you to duck, because as soon as he tells you to duck, he plants his foot on Sapphire's back as a launching point and launches himself up in the air just to punch the crap out of this thing's face.
So I feel like that's more a powerful or directly engaging the threat versus unleashing the
Okay,
powers.
yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah.
I would like to spend team on this because Turbine and Mythos have been in situations like this before.
Oh yeah,
especially when Turbine's already revved up.
Yep.
And so it's just in that moment, since he's behind the demon, just trying to check it for all he's worth, sort of recklessly, to give you a +1.
Yeah, and that makes sense too, because you did use Sapphire as sort of a jumping off point. So in fact, you know what? He's gonna like sort of toss you up there to sort of add on to that little.
We can both give him a team.
Yeah.
So that gives you a +2.
Collective +2.
Okay.
That's
Added
probably a
+2
good
to
idea.
this. Here we go.
So we're,
I'm gonna give you team 2.
we're down to only 2 team left.
Oh yeah!
Big money hit. Okay, Marvin, how do you take this thing down?
Okay, so this is legit what you see. You see Marvin, he puts his hand on Pastor's shoulder as he stands up, and because she's telling him we need to end this, he's like, yeah, I know. And he cracks his neck, and he just bolts, takes off running at this thing. I mean, he just runs a lot faster than a normal human. And he yells at Sapphire to duck down. And as soon as Sapphire ducks down, he plants his foot on Sapphire's back and loses that as a jumping point to fling himself up in the air. And he's just, so that's the team he's getting from Sapphire.
Yeah.
And then as he's, and then as he's launching himself into the air, he looks over at Marvin, he looks over at Arthur, and Arthur's like, punch there. And he just nods and he brings his fist back and just slams his fist into this thing's head, and he just keeps on going straight through the other side and lands on the ground taking a knee, and he's just covered in whatever ichor or the thing this demon's made out of.
Yeah, Icar's about right.
In the car crash that is to follow, I still feeling quite guilty over this entire situation. Even though Sapphire doesn't really need a soft landing pad to break any falls, that's not registering Mythos's head. So just grabs and cradles Sapphire as they both go tumbling off in this car crash.
As a matter of fact, I think that it would probably make more sense for me to try to protect him.
Yeah, but this is Mythos's guilt kicking in.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So I will attempt to defend. Actually, I think this is more take a powerful blow.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, this is take a powerful blow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So in that case, with I think like Mythos is just sort of like splayed out, has like not quite cratered, but the wind's knocked out of him. There's a little bit of blood trickling from the mouth. He's bruised. He's battered. Sapphire, pristine. Didn't need this.
I'm literally that stone, dude.
Obviously didn't need this. And in that moment, like he is nearly taking himself out, and he's deeply distracted Sapphire, giving the Black Knight an opportunity.
Indeed. The Black Knight does have an opportunity, and what he does with that opportunity is he looks to Marvin, gives him a very solemn nod, shakes Elodie off his lance, and canters off back down the street.
Hussar takes this moment to walk into the very center of the street, and she just yells after him. She's like, "Hey, I come from a long line of riding warriors, and you're nowhere near as scary as the winged angels. And I'm going to try to provoke him to come back." We'll see if that even.
Take the swing. Yeah, you can do that.
Yep. Well, I'm not.
You said
And
you
I'm
wanted to come back, right?
Yep. I want him to come straight towards me if possible.
So you shout back at him. The knight holds his horse, steadies it, and wheels back around and levels lance anew.
And because I'm still really angry, I'm going to attempt to directly engage him. And if I'm just gonna like egg him on, just be like, "Come straight for me." And I'm just gonna dig deep and just like, as soon as he's coming at me, I'm gonna like dodge out of the way and see if I can get him to hit the wall that Sapphire had made.
Okay, so you're directly engaging. Go for it.
Okay, let's see what happens.
I mean, that's what we're here for.
Oh.
With
Oh
your
no.
with a catchphrase attached, even.
I see that.
Oh no. So, in the most terrible of ways. So, what was it you were trying to do again? Just real quick before I have
I was
my
just
fun.
My goal was to entice him to come towards me only, and I'm standing in the middle of the road in front of the wall that Sapphire made. And the goal was to dodge at the last second so that he would just go face first into the wall.
So he charges. And you're staring him down, waiting for him to come, knowing that you can get away at the last possible second. But man, that horse is real fast. And that lance is real long. And you are pinned to the wall. It shouldn't even be able to pierce Sapphire's wall of light. But you are stuck and pinned to the wall by the hem of your uniform. And the Black Knight looks down the lance at you. You are much spirit and very brave, young Lady Knight. But know when an honorable foe wishes to quit the field of battle.
You have no honor. Mab banished you for a reason.
The armor creaks as he looks at you, Mythos.
That's right. Grandma told me all about you. So come here, you honorless dog. Like, he's propping himself up as Sapphire, I think, is lifting him. And is just, like, egging him on. I would like to provoke.
Just gonna keep talking smack to him. Why?
Mythfits, baby.
This is what we do.
What he says is true.
So he just he sets the lance.
I'm taking influence over the Black Knight.
So he'll set,
and he is overreacting.
He will set the lance to make sure that Hussar stays pinned to the wall for now.
You just see her like grappling with it for a second, like, oh, don't do that, Arthur, no.
And he will dismount and walk around the wall towards Arthur. Do you challenge me, young sir?
Are you deaf, old man? I thought it was clear. Like to provoke again? So
I'm looking for where I'm at. I'm like, Arthur, this is my thing. This is what you're doing. Is what I do. Are you sure about this?
Crow. Yeah, no. And he draws his blade.
This creates an opportunity.
And by the way,
I'm just like, as all this is going on, I'm talking the hot shit. Like, Turbine's giving him the look of "What the fuck are you doing?" as the reality's coming in, and he just looks over at Sapphire, who he now realizes is really, really like tough, and just gives him the most pleading of looks.
Yeah, and so, yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to join in the fight. So Sapphire is going to, you know what I'm going to do? Sapphire is going to create like a shield out of light, like a shield that you like hold and to give it to Arthur. And it's like, any enemy of Elodie's is an enemy of mine, you fool. And so he's standing like right next to the Black Knight. I'm not scared of you.
Marvin is just like,
Marvin's suddenly like, I feel outclassed here.
I feel like my role on the team is. That means I gotta try harder. I look over at Elodie. Elodie, you really want to hit this guy?
Elodie has been frozen in fear through this whole exchange. She is just stock still, staring at this guy, and like all of her friends are stepping up to the plate. Ooh. And this is not supposed to happen like this.
Then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the bull's heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the. Which one do I have again? I have the. Oh, that's right. I have the listener. I have the listener ability of the bull's heart. When I pierce the mask of a beloved rival, I can always get them to ask me a question. So I like head over to Elodie, and I'm like, "Are you okay? Because you don't look okay, and I need your head to be in this fight because this is not like you at all." And I'm trying to pierce her mask right now.
Okay.
and I get +1 over it because of she's my rival.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you trying to frustrate her into action? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I'm trying to frustrate her accent because I'm telling
Okay.
look, this is not like you.
Got it.
Stop being a coward. Get in there and fight.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it. I want to see that mask piece.
Nope. I mean, that's even with like a -1 to that.
And it's like you're talking to a wall that Sapphire just made. I assume, but that sounds about right?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Like I'm just it feels. I guess it's like I'm just yelling at a brick wall at this point because I'm just trying to provoke her into going out there and fighting.
And so I believe Mythos and Sirius.
Yeah, like I've been handed this shield made out of hard light, and I'm staring down the Black Knight who I've challenged to combat. This is great. This is fine. We're entirely fine. Everything's good here.
Defend yourself, boy! And he swings.
Not going to defend so much as because Mythos is used to suffering. We're going to attempt to assess the situation as I'm being pummeled.
Yeah, okay. Seems good.
Yeah, so with the assessing. Oh, and because I have influence over him. Yes! There we go.
All right.
And I also have be mindful of my surroundings, so I get an additional question.
Okay, cool. You get 3.
So with that, how could I best end this quickly?
Take the L and run.
Okay. What here can I use to drive him off, aside from taking the L?
What can you use that's here? Oh, that's a really good question. I think it's not what, it's who. I think you use Elodie to drive him off.
Okay. We've got one more left. Okay. Considering everything that's going on, and that Mythos isn't always all here, what's the biggest threat?
What here is the biggest threat? It is the Black Knight, 100% right now.
There's not some meta play going on that all of a sudden the dots connect as he's getting thrashed.
Yeah, no, this is just straight up, you picked a bad fight, Sonny Jim.
Okay. That's good. So what I'm seeing is Black Knight's got that sword. You know, the one that slays things that are close to and akin to gods. Gets once while he's just sort of like connecting the dots here, looking around. Sword hits, shield shatters. There's a good large slash across his forearm. And first it's this sort of slow scrabbling back, because again, he knows enough about this guy. And first it's like, yeah, he's going to take him on, and then it's the full on like heel turn, just dash straight to Party Crasher, running, going as finally locking eyes with Party Crasher is just like this soft text box. You can make him run. Make him run as he's running past.
And the knight does not run after you. He stalks, blade in hand. For you have challenged him. And
As Mythos goes around me, I step in the way. And my hands are still shaking.
Mhm.
My hands are still shaking, but I step in the way because this is what I'm here for.
He stops.
And I can't walk away from it now.
And he looms. Stand aside.
No.
So at this point, Sapphire's like, Elodie, what are you doing?
You refuse.
If you're gonna fight anyone, you're gonna fight me.
Broke my shield like it was a glass plate. You can't take him.
Quit this battlefield. You will do no further good here.
No!
And he will sheath his sword. And he will walk back towards his horse.
And like Sapphire's just speechless at this point. She's just like, she's so brave.
So he's turning around to his horse. In that moment, Mythos just kind of skids to a halt, turns, looks. Gears start turning in his head. All right. I see it, old man. You have a date with destiny. It's not me. See you around, old man.
He saddles up. Doesn't say another word. And heads off down a side street.
As Elodie is like standing her ground,
Mm-hmm.
Marvin is going to like smack her on the back in a like camaraderie sort of way and goes, about time you snapped out of it and did something for once. And that in his own like rivalry way, he's trying to clear the afraid condition off of Elodie.
So that would be a comfort.
Yeah.
So that's mundane.
There you go.
Here's the con.
7 through 9. You can.
Yep. There you go. So I pretty much like in his own like in a very like, you know, rivalry sort of way, he's like trying to like calm Elodie down out of her anger because he knows he's been there. He's been there when it's like anger is the only thing that fuels you. And he's trying to like make her turn her anger towards him because he just gave her a good ribbing. So he's trying to turn her anger towards him and just have her unleash it on him instead to help her clear the condition.
She turns her anger from inward to outward, but she doesn't focus it on Marvin. She turns on Hila. Are you fucking insane?
I'm still trying to get off of the lance in the wall.
Oh, he pulled the lance out. You're free.
That's okay.
He
Okay.
just-
Well, then I'm slumped against the wall, kind of like breathing really heavily.
And at this point, Sapphire just sort of dispels the wall, just like all his little hard stuff.
I just fall to the ground then.
He was leaving. He was leaving. He was not going to be a problem anymore, and you called him back?
I'm sorry.
I am not ready. I am not ready to face him. I told myself I would not face him until I had what I needed. And you called him back. It wasn't supposed to go like this. He could have killed all of us.
I was only trying to help. I didn't know. I am so
Stop
sorry.
trying to help me. Stop trying to help me. If I need you, I'll use you. Otherwise, leave me alone. And she turns and she walks off. She gets on the bike. She revs it up. She goes. She's out of there.
Yeah. And Sapphire actually follows her. Like, Elodie, wait! And he just sort of flies after her, but then goes off into the distance along the road.
As they fly off into the distance, Mythos falls over like a sack of potatoes.
He
Like
Marvin is already
just-
there catching Mythos.
Just collapses, holds on to Turbine like a drowning man. Tears are starting to form in his eyes. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. These are the days that make it. This life is not what it's supposed to be sometimes. And then I just kind of grab Mythos under the arm too and help lift him up.
Yeah, look, I'm not really sure what to say here. I mean,
Can you say anything, buddy? Coughs a little. There's a little bit more blood flecking his mouth.
jeez, I can't tell which blood is mine, which blood is yours, and which blood is the demon at this point.
Can you get us to the house?
Yeah, I can guess. We need to not go to my house. I know whose house we need to go to.
You read my mind.
And he just holds tight as they're turning a corner. Close your eyes. Hold your breath. And they walk into the kitchen of the House of Secrets. And the last bit of brave energy he had, the last ounce, he is just out on the floor. Eyes kind of barely fluttering.
Mm-hmm. And as he falls out on the floor, Julian, Blackstaff Ward, shot glass and smoke in hand. What the hell happened?
Julian, he needs rest and help. Can you help him?
Sit, stay here. Don't touch. Don't listen.
Yep.
Don't.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Ugh. And he waves his hand, and there's a couple glyphs come out of the ground and lift Arthur up and take him to the next room where there's a table, and he wipes stuff off and says, "No, what happened?"
The demon took over a hot rod and then another car. Marvin got stuck in the trunk, rescued him.
Demon.
He was a trooper. Yeah, a demon. A legit demon, not just some guy wearing a mask. A straight up demon took over a car.
So
Two
we have
cars.
demons in Sunset City. I thought that place was sanctified a decade ago. Good God.
Believe me, I get it, but demons were here up on this plane. They're not supposed to be here. And on top of that, the Black Knight showed up to add,
Oh,
to the
this
already
stage just
popping.
keeps getting better and better. What happened? Did he try to go 3 rounds with him?
Yeah, pretty much.
It wasn't just him. I'm
gonna fix him up, and then I'm gonna.
I made poor choices.
Well, obviously, since you're here, you don't come here when you make good choices ever.
That's not helping. I'm can just fix him, and then I wander off, and I just kind of sit in a corner. I'm not listening, Julian. Promise.
Trust me, you don't want to. It's not
Yeah.
It's not for my good. I don't care.
If you can help, yeah. Thanks. And I head over to where Hassar is at, and I lean on the wall next to them. I look over at them and I go, you know, not to play devil's advocate here, you know she was right to be mad at you, right?
I know. That's why I feel so. I could have killed you all by trying to play the hero. Because that's what we're doing now, right? We play the hero.
It is what we're doing, but you know, being reckless and not really, you know, adding up the outcomes and what could happen from it, the conclusions, that's my job. All right, you're the one with all the big heart with the team, you you kind of keep us all together. And he like takes his hand and he puts it on top of her head in like an affectionate like pat kind of way, you know.
Hassar just kind of shakes her head. Yeah, that's the problem. I feel it all the time. And she takes your hand off her head and she wants to hold it so bad. But she can't.
So, yeah, just, exactly. So, try your best to, you know, let me try to almost die out there. I mean, we can't get another Mythos. We lose Mythos, you know, I mean, we lose our place. And I mean, look, you probably find another one of me in the lab somewhere. I don't know, probably another one of me out there. I don't know, but if I die, man, not many people miss me or anything like that. Actually, no, one person miss me.
I know for at least one person you're not replaceable.
Yeah, probably, but crap, I really should tell her know I'm okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll be here. Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. And I head off down the hall to like another room. And I pull out my cell phone and I call Isa.
It's on vibrate.
Well, here's the thing. You're in the House of Secrets, and
yes!
you just asked to use your cell phone. So, give me a hot second. You know what? We're gonna put a pin in that and come back, because I need a moment to think, but I also do want to see what is going on with Elodie and Sapphire, actually, because we haven't had enough drama right now, and I need it. So where do you two go?
Well, Elodie is just. I'm assuming Sapphire's just gonna follow Elodie wherever the heck she manages.
Wherever she's going.
Right. So Elodie is going far over the speed limit, just tearing down the highway, and just trying to at this point she's on a drive to clear her head, and she's not really paying attention to where she's going, but she does wind up at Tequila Sunset.
Yeah. Okay.
And she does just kind of like wind up there organically, and she parks her bike and she looks up and she knows he's still there, and she just, Siri, I don't want to talk about it right now, okay? I want to get drunk and not think about it.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say that I was sorry, you know? I shouldn't.
Look, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I know whose fault it is. It's not yours. It's fine. There's nothing to apologize for.
Yes. Is there anything I can do to help? I mean...
Did we figure out if you can get drunk yet? Because you can come get drunk with me.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely get drunk. I mean...
Okay, good. Come on. We're getting blasted. Let's go.
So, yeah. Sapphire Sirius, like, sort of goes over to the rest of the
So you head into the club, and music's starting to kick up. It's getting towards where the night crowd's starting to filter in, and
yeah, and like what he does when he goes in there, he transforms into like an adult form human, to sort of treat everybody and like, yeah. And just so you know, though, your Earth liquor is pretty weak compared to the stuff we have on Lithia. So yeah, if I'm gonna get drunk, you gotta get me. I gotta get a lot of it. I gotta get a lot.
That's fine. She's like looking at bottles, looking at proofs. Okay, this one's strong. Okay, ooh, plus 200. That'll work. Yeah, this one's got some flavor. Okay, and bourbon. I always have to have bourbon. Let's go.
And he's just throwing them back, like he's just taking each and every one of them to the head, and it's like it's an inhuman amount of liquor that when he goes
Dude,
down.
say something for me. Gosh, I'm supposed to get blasted too. Come on.
the bartender is looking over. You gotta pay for all that?
Yes, okay, I'll pay for it. It's fine. In fact, and she snaps her fingers and puts her hand on his forehead. I already paid for it, and I tipped really good.
I like Sapphire. Just like, that's so
Okay.
cool. I wish I.
Woo!
But yeah.
Mhm.
And and I'm thinking like the way that Sapphire was sort of drinking down those things of like just straight up vodka, straight up whiskey, was like, as I said, it was an inhuman amount of liquor. And if anybody saw it, they would think, what the world is up with that guy? I'll probably bump his freak level up a little bit.
I mean, if you're embracing it, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bump that up again and drop the mundane, because you're not doing so good a job of fitting in right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, it's going down as if it was like getting sucked down a drain almost. Like
Some people are like watching, like you see some money starting to change hands, like, is he gonna pass out?
Okay, not giving you the bourbon bottle, that's mine. And then we had... did we ever resolve, is it downstairs or upstairs?
Pretty sure it's upstairs.
Upstairs? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elodie, she's like, all right, come on, upstairs, let's go. I don't need any more people staring at you. Why are you drinking here? We're supposed to wait until we get to the room.
Oh, well, I just figured that since everybody else was sort of, never mind. I still got a lot to learn about this place. Lead the way.
Yeah, you do. All right, come on. And we go upstairs, and Elodie sort of like, she flops down on the couch, and she uncorks the bourbon bottle, and she just takes a swig.
I would say it's a new record for you hitting the bottle when you got in, but I'd be wrong.
Hello. Hi. How's it going, bud?
Oh, yeah.
You did manage to ask how I'm doing. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I am doing quite well. Things are being well kept. You did not get any messages while you were out, thankfully. However, the news was quite emphatic about several pile-up accidents today caused by a bunch of rampaging, hot-rodding kids.
Yeah, that was us, unfortunately. Well, it wasn't necessarily us. It was actually a demon that, well, at least that's what they called it. It was riding around, just causing all kinds of chaos, and we were trying to stop it. But,
Oh, I don't care about the explanation. It was jolly good watching, is what it was.
yeah, but, Yeah, just thought I should let you know. Do you know anything about these demons and what they're doing up here in like this normal world? Because I can tell that this thing is from some other dimension or some other plane of existence.
Oh, demons come from nasty places. Never touch them. Terrible stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, do you have any idea like how it got here though? Like, it's apparently wasn't supposed to be.
Sorry. Demons. They come in as many forms and shapes and ways to come as, well, me and mine, really.
Yeah.
Some people have the indecency to conflate the two of us. And he kind of ruffles his feathers a little bit.
Like, yeah, you sure are helpful, aren't you?
Well, I'm not here to help you. And he turns his head to her, to Elodie.
Black Knight was there. That was fun.
Oh, and how did that go?
About as well as you'd expect, since I don't have Excalibur yet.
Yes, that does kind of put a damper on the whole proceedings, doesn't it? Well, at least he didn't cut you twain.
Oh, right, Excalibur. I remember reading something about that in school the other day. So, do you have any idea where we might have to go to look for that thing? I mean...
You got a plane ticket? Here, Britain's a bit of a ways away.
Well, no, but I do have an airship.
Ooh, look at you, airship. All fancy like.
A spaceship, actually.
Space, even! The outer reaches of the unknown! Ooh.
Siri, less talking, more drinking.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Look, if we're gonna talk about something, have I taught you FMK yet?
FMK, I have no idea.
You know, bed, wed, behead.
Nope, never heard of it.
Oh, it's gonna be a good time. We are gonna have a night.
Awesome. And takes another one straight to the head.
Excellent. And so, we will cut back again. Back to the House of Secrets. Perfect timing. And so, Marvin, you opened your phone to place a call to Isla. And you hear in your ear, instead of the ringing that you expect normally, I do not want any more excuses. Whether or not you secure the specimen, the recovery project must go forward. I grow very impatient with this. And you do not want to hear how I voice my displeasure. Find it. Or I will be looking for other assistance. And the call ends.
I wasn't her grandmother, that's for sure.
No, her grandmother doesn't sounds much deeper.
He like stares at the phone for a second. He's like, that feels like something I should remember for later on. I'm just gonna, you know what? I should have been. Hey, Hell Warden, should I be making phone calls in this place?
What do you think?
That's why I'm asking.
Of course, you don't think. That's why. Once you're here. No, do not make phone calls here unless you want to hear things you don't want to. In the meantime, Sarangaras Mazandaraka.
Right, gotcha. Don't want to hear these. Definitely don't want to hear that.
And that should be the final incantation to wake Arthur up.
Oh,
Kid, we really gotta stop meeting like this.
agreed. Agreed. Oh, they party hard in Valhalla. Oh,
Hussar walks back into the room. You okay?
I have a phantom hangover on top of knowing everything and nothing all at once. I am never okay.
I told you not to puke in Yggdrasil again. That was an awful idea.
I have no control where my astral form goes once I go unconscious. Oh, trust
have
me,
to
I
learn
would love to have control.
That's what we teach you for.
Right. Working on it. I'm learning physics, which I think might help.
Part of it, anyway.
eh, but no, Mab's least favorite knight showed up. And
Yeah, I heard. Heard you tried to go a couple rounds with him, too.
He
Things-
didn't first. It was me first.
things weren't going well. I panicked and I pulled a couple of sheets out of Turbine's playbook because I've seen it work before.
Because I can regenerate.
I was gonna say, Turbine is built like the goddamn Nessian Hydra.
Noted. And this is why I will try never to do that again. But I did learn something valuable.
What was that?
The reckoning that you were concerned about. It has a predetermined date. He turned away. Conditions have to be met.
He's as much bound to fate as a lot of us are. Well, are, can be. Anyways, that would make a lot more sense if he doesn't. If he can't break that yet.
But he can antagonize and frighten and delay.
Makes sense if he doesn't want any of it.
But that's the stuff that you wanted to know. Here's the stuff that you need to know. Somebody summoned a demon of some sort. Couldn't identify it. I tried to get to know names, but whatever magic brought it up diverted me from being able to go any place I wanted with it. But somebody used Nova Pass out by the coast, summoned this thing. Binds itself and mutates vehicles. Turbine was able to put one hell of a hole in it. I think it's dismissed, but I'm not entirely certain.
Well, we better hope it's dismissed. I mean, it's a few years before it can come back, whether it wants to or not.
I couldn't feel anything. I don't think it's around for now.
He
Let's
glances back towards Martin. You put a hole in it? The heck?
Yeah, I punched it. Yeah, I'm like looking at my phone idly and like, oh yeah, punched it really hard.
And he looks back towards Arthur. Brought this boy home.
Again, he's really good at the punching. But no, somebody's summoning. Someone's got a book or someone knows names. And I don't know where to start looking aside from that overpass. But if it's anything like some of the stuff that I've read in the books, I don't have the tools to trace back, especially considering that this was potent. Like, I should be able to go to No Names because of our ties there. But I was diverted blocks, and it was put ideally in a vehicle almost of its choosing.
It was blocking your magic, but it wasn't blocking mine.
Wouldn't
Also,
block
something
yours.
to mention also. After I pulled it out the car that it was before, that car just fell apart.
Makes sense. It was no longer anchored.
It was used up.
Also, it didn't like light. But it wasn't of shadow. This thing shouldn't have had an antithesis. Something. It's not anything I've read in the books.
Demons, they don't care about arcane. Well, it cares about arcane because like can deal with like.
He's after the divine.
Now she's catching on. Finally.
He was there for me.
I don't know if it was there for anybody.
No, but he doesn't care about your magic. He cares about those
It's weak.
given to us.
It's weak to you because who you are, what you are.
Is what you draw from, I suspect. But that's a whole nother slice of pizza, I suppose.
Forgive me if I don't feel comfortable in this house, Julian, but I really want to go home.
Oh no, I don't want you here any longer than you have to be. No offense. It's just
Yeah, never taken.
it gets weird when you have more than one person here for too long, especially people from outside.
I might swing by later just to give you the full debriefing, but I should probably get home.
Check in, make sure, and yeah, you know how the house will get if you stay away for too terribly long.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's go.
Have
Back door.
fun. Come back sometime. Not now.
Yes.
Thanks for
Right.
saving his life, Julian.
Yep. Thanks.
That's what I do.
Every time.
As soon as they leave the house, he's gonna look at Arthur and Hassar. Say, someone's looking for me.
We kind of already knew that because of Mega.
No. I mean, someone is actively looking for me. They're sending out people to come after me.
What did you do? How do you know this?
I
Arthur,
made a
can you take Marvin home?
Yeah.
Take him home first.
Okay. Here, we can talk about the details in the light.
Yeah.
A phone call in the House of Secret? I just see them like going through another door and just leaving Hussar there in the House of Mystery. As those two like go from the House of Mystery into a stall in No Names. Walking out of like the men's room stall.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I
Oh,
just
hey,
said
kids.
it's fine. I walk out. Marvin, if someone's actively looking for you, don't be reckless. I know we just talked about how that's your thing. Please be safe. Arthur, I'm gonna find my own way home. Thank you. And then she's just gonna walk off.
And honestly, I can't make any promises there, but like thumbs up.
And Hussar runs home. She's panicking. She doesn't feel good.
Well, at least you have an idea of some sort of a horrific threat, threatening you.
All I know is they are sending people after me, and if whatever can't retrieve me, it feels like they're going to escalate more and more.
I hate to say this, really do. But, the entire fate thing and that, I know things but I can't remember them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are looking for a lot of people that are all going to converge at one point, and we are either going to be destroyed by them, or we're going to be very smart and aim them at one another. And with that, he goes back into the men's room stall and disappears, trying to find Sapphire and Party Crasher, because he still feels, bad about everything.
Perfect. And that is the perfect point for us to cut back to those two in the loft of Tequila Sunset.
Meanwhile, Sapphire is completely wasted at this point. He has lost control of his transformation abilities, and he's now half of his face is like an old man. The other half of his face is like a young woman, and he's got half of a whole bunch of different types of clothes made out of hard light sort of on. And so he's like, all right, I got one for you. And when he hiccups, a little bird made out of hard light just flies out of his mouth. I got one for you.
All right, hit me.
FMK. Marvin, Isla, and Arthur. I ain't going to
Listen, Siri.
Yeah.
You ask me that like I haven't considered it 30 times already. Okay. Obviously, I'm betting Isla. All right. She's a great time. She's a fantastic time. I'm gonna marry Marvin because we've already got a thing, right? We've already got some camaraderie going on. He's already my best friend. Basically, he would just become my best friend that I then live with and am the next of kin for. That's the only thing that changes there. And unfortunately, can I kill Arthur? Is that possible? Is that something I can do?
As he comes through the portal, just hearing, can I kill Arthur? And he has, again, as he's going down the road, as he's healing from everything, so he's kind of in flux and goes, you already killed me 300 different times.
No shit, really?
What?
Did I?
Did you what?
Dude, what universe did I kill you in? Which one? I didn't think I was even capable of that. And her face is red as a beet. Red as a beet.
I had one of those moments. Sorry. Anyway, just wanted to check in on you guys, see that you were okay.
You want a drink?
We're good. Oh,
drinking and cosmological constants are not advised.
We gotta do the other two now. You gotta do the other two. I'll get started. And he morphs into Marvin. And so he creates a hard light priest. and as he's speaking, the hard light figure that he created is also speaking. And it's dearly beloved, we gather here today for the union of I don't even know anymore. I just shut it all down. What's the point?
Obviously, I've caught the two of you at a bad time.
No, it's a great time.
No, I have already been witness to one supernatural wedding. I still feel pain of that in my very soul. So we're not going to repeat that. I'm glad that you two are safe. Things are probably going to get weirder. I'm sorry. But in the meantime, just have fun and sleep it off. when you come to Sapphire, you can just, ring me up and I'll get you back home.
Oh, you can't get me back home. They're gonna kill me if I go back home.
No, the other home.
Right. Yeah, like Isla's house.
Yeah, that one.
Hey, is she all right? Is she all right?
She's having moments.
Oh.
Speaking of which, bye-bye. And then goes back through the portal.
Maybe I would bet him instead, is what you hear as you fade out. I need more bourbon.
And he creates a hard bottle of bourbon, but it's not full of anything. It's just the bottle. Here you go.
Isla.
I get home. I immediately just walk past Busha, who's yelling at me.
Where have you been? It has been a long time out there.
I know. You know how it goes. I'm sorry, I can't. Just give me a minute. And I storm up the stairs and I just rip off all my Hussar gear. And I'm staring at it. I throw it on the floor, put on a big t-shirt, whatever, that I sleep in, walk down the stairs. Busha, you said this was gonna be easy.
I don't remember telling you it was going to be easy.
You said it was in me and that it was gonna
come naturally to you, child. Never easy.
I don't think I'm really helping anyone. I'm hurting those I care about the most. I can't even tell Marvin.
Nice boy. Little dance, but nice boy.
I get it. I love you. Sorry.
Love you too, child. It's going to be fine. There are days where this gets so hard to do, and there is nothing you would love better than to throw it all away. And I tell you this, those days are when you need to be the Hussar the most.
It's just the feeling of everything at all times. And I know I can do it. But when you feel someone you care about and those rays of anger and pain are aimed at you, how do you get past that?
Sometimes, for those like us, when we are so attuned, you have to learn to shut it out.
Okay.
To let it slide off your back like water.
More like blood.
Little blood some days, but
I give her a big hug.
she gives it back. Her embrace a little stronger than you remember.
I just kiss her on the cheek. I say, I love you, Busha.
Love you too, little one.
And I walk up the stairs and just lay down.
You want I should leave dinner in microwave for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know Marvin will come and eat it either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know.
He's got a good stomach on him, that boy.
He does.
Alright.
And as I lay down in bed, that's when I pull out my phone and I text Marvin, like, "Good night. Hope you had a good night." All I did was study.
You right before you even send out that text, you get a text from Marvin that is pretty much it just says, "Hey." Another text that says, "Are you okay?" And it says, "Sorry, I punched a monster's head off." And then he sends a GIF of a bear just like waving, and that's all he sends.
Isla laughs. And she just immediately calls him. She goes, "Hey, are you okay?"
Sore. I got thrown through a building.
Are all your friends okay? Is Arthur okay?
Arthur died. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, he died.
No, like the whole death thing, like his heart probably stopped for more than a certain amount of minutes, so that counts legally. He's dead. But he came back. He's fine now.
I'll have to ask him about that at work over the weekend. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, we all had some moments. Got pretty emotional by the end of it, but I think we're gonna be okay.
That Hussar one that you talk about, was she causing trouble? Not knowing what to do?
It's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, she was pretty reckless today.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, look, that's my job. I'm the reckless one. I kind of like embody that. But I don't know, yeah, she was reckless. She shouldn't have done what she did, but I don't know. It was kind of impressive, Not many people would go up to bat like that for their friends, like they did. It's pretty commendable. Still, she shouldn't have done it.
As long as she doesn't get you hurt. I gotta go to bed though. I'm super tired. Please be safe.
You want me to drive you to school tomorrow?
Always.
Ah, crap. Wait, no. Oh, no, I actually I can't drive you to school tomorrow.
Okay.
Because my bike is wrecked completely.
And you hear May a little bit in the background. You what?
Ah, crap. I gotta go.
Oh.
I actually nope, I gotta go.
Tell me I said hi.
I will.
Okay.
I will. I hang up. What's that, Ma?
And
like as soon as she hangs up, she just hears like Isla would hear like from outside thump, thump, thump. And then all of a sudden her window smashes open and Sapphire just sort of tumbles through.
Damn it, Elodie.
This isn't my
Really?
Sorry. He just sort of hovers and shoots back out the window and smashes through the window in his room.
Yadviga, it wasn't me. I yelled down the stairs.
You're breaking windows in my house.
Sorry.
And as we cut away, I just want to have this one image. You see a door swing open. You see the main hall, the fireplace of the House of Mystery. You see a spectral version of Mythos walk out. Very much like how he looks today. And as he's forming up outside of No Names, there's a spectral version of Marvin's bike. It becomes solid as that version of Mythos fades into the air and dissipates. And you just see a bunch of reflections in the broken glass of Mythos's reflection in Sapphire and Hussar's rooms. And Mythos looks a little pale. We cut back to Mythos sitting in the fireplace. And he looks very pale.
I think that is a fantastic place to put the wrap on this episode of Sunset City.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was most excellent. So, let's go back around the horn and give people a chance to give their plugs, whatnots. Tell us your favorite part of tonight, because boy howdy, did we go some places, and we are just getting this party started. Hori, Sapphire, how you feeling?
Oh, this was awesome. I didn't even want it to end, man. I don't even want it to end. Like, I could go a whole other hour if I wanted to, but yeah, well, we got to save something for next week. Yeah, well, anyway, I'm Corey Sparks, also known as Hyperlight Sparks. You can find me at Hyperlight Sparks 1 on Twitter. And yeah, this was awesome. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. I can't wait to see how this whole business with Elodie and the Black Knights and all this stuff. And like, oh man, Mythos is such an awesome character. I'm like, I just love it. I just love it. This is totally my wheelhouse, and I can't wait for the next one.
Oh my gosh, we just had so much happen. And okay, so I did a little thing in the green room, had a little bit of editor notes. So when do we expect when the next issue of Sapphire Sirius hits shelves next week? So no, what I want you to tell me, what do you expect?
Oh, sorry. I am actually not quite sure. It would probably be something like something about that Excalibur. Really, he's probably going to try and help. Try and see what to do about finding this Excalibur, because he's pissed at the Black Knight. I mean, you mess with his love, he's gonna get on with trying to find out however to stop him. So yeah, he might actually be the one to sort of give Elodie that sort of motivation, put that fire under her, and kind of get that sword.
All right. So I have the cover of, Sapphire zooming off into the sky, and the tagline below, "On the hunt for Excalibur." So that's gonna be that's on the shelves. All right. And speaking of Elodie, Celeste playing the lovely Party Crasher. How we doing?
That was heavy. I did not expect to be thrown that deep into it that quickly, but here we are. I don't know how many of you caught that very deliberate wording when she was lashing out at Hussar. If I need you, I'll use you.
Oh,
that was very deliberately worded. That was a time and a half. But it took me a little bit to really feel like I found my place to fit. But once I did, we were going, and it was fantastic. Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter, and I don't really have anything else to plug. I mean, this is what I do right here, right now, every 2 weeks.
Keep it rolling. And so Party Crasher is off on her own. What is her cover for next week's newsstands?
Well, she's definitely gonna have to make amends with Isla, because there was some strong words thrown around, and she's also gonna have to find her feet and find her strength when it comes to facing this again, because she's been shaken. Shaken, not stirred.
Okay, so I think my thing at that point then is the cover for Party Crasher is Hussar and Party Crasher in a bottle together, trapped in this giant bottle, and it's got shaken not stirred on there.
Excellent. Oh boy.
Excellent. And speaking of Hussar, wow, this is just dovetailing so perfectly. Christy, how we doing?
That was amazing. I want to read this comic so bad. I'm Polish Christy. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is amazing. I'm assuming my cover next week, if you're going to ask, which I bet you will, would be Hussar learning to feel the emotions or block them out. Will she make it, or will she let them take over?
So we got all those lovely little lines and such there, and you're like trying to shut it out.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
So good.
Oh man. And Hope, how you feeling, friend?
Oof. There's just one word. Not even a word, a sound. Oof. And the oofs were on display today. Hey everybody. Pope World Build Healed, Pope World Build on Twitter, Pope World Build on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Today was amazing. Absolutely incredible. Favorite moment from today is just definitely that phone call between Marvin and Isla. That was everything. And I absolutely adore it. I'm here for it. I'm here for that next issue. You better be there as well. And as for Mythos' issue...
Well, Mythos doesn't have an issue. He has... What's the next issue of Hellwarden?
Oh. Next issue of Hellwarden? Okay.
Yeah. Slight difference.
Here's the cover. The cover is you see Julian Blackstaff at a card table at No Names. It is obvious that they're playing poker. He is sitting down with what definitely is some sort of summer court fae.
Mm-hmm.
A succubus, and somebody who could be mistaken for a biker version of Santa Claus. As they're playing cards, you can see May like cleaning a glass in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the subtitle of the cover is ante up your secrets.
There we go.
And that's the next issue of Hellwarden. But if you'll indulge me, I am a fan of crossovers. So what we can see on newsstands coming up is a Sapphire Sirius Starfire crossover comic with the two of them racing each other through the air.
Yes.
We can see Party Crasher getting ready to drag Grace Lobo. We can see Spider Gwen and Hussar both like having boxes of pizza from Frazzetti's sitting on a rooftop chatting. And then we see Turbine and Amadeus Cho sitting down getting ready to arm wrestle one another. So check your newsstands, folks. And remember, same Mythfits time, same Mythfits channel. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. And last, but absolutely not the least,
Oh boy.
Wally rocking it out as Marvin, aka Turbine.
What's up, y'all? You can find me on the Twitters at Wally132, WALLE132. Just sharing my thoughts over there. I think some of my, personally, one of my favorite lines I pretty much was able to utter this whole session was when Marvin was revving the bike next to the hot rod, and Isla's riding with him, and he looks back at her and he goes like, "Believe me, you're my world, but I really need to do this." that was
beautiful.
Such a great line. Because it's like this, it just kind of like pretty much set the standards of where the relationship is at. Yeah, he's this reckless, hot-headed guy who will legit punch first and ask questions later, but Isla is his world. And that's something that he constantly reminds her of, which is very, because if you see him, he's just this angry guy, but he will shed all of that away just to show Isla some kind of affection. I think, though, my favorite moment out of this session definitely was Elodie and Sapphire just getting drunk, because I just have this image in my head of during the whole time. It was after they started playing FMK for a bit, Elodie pretty much kept on yelling at things that Sapphire could transform into, and there was one moment where he turned into a duck, and that was when he left. And that was when he flew all the way back to Isla's door, and that's when you heard him slam against the window when he turned into a duck, and he transformed last minute back into normal.
Yeah, that's canon. That's canon.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. All right. And so Turbine's cover for newsstands next week.
I think Turbine's cover for newsstands next week. I'm gonna dive into an old cover of an issue of Wolverine, where it's an issue of Wolverine where it's him and Grey Hulk. They're leaning up against each other, and they're both wearing tuxedos.
Oh, it's the Joe Fixit patch.
Yeah, it's the Joe Fixit patch cover, and Turbine is the role of Patch, and you see this big, huge golem next to him, and he's leaning up against him, and the subtitle for the comic says, "These two guys working the door," and it's basically the issue is about a night where he has to be the bouncer for No Name for the night.
That's beautiful. I love that. Everything. So good. Well, folks.
Also, I definitely want to give you a shout out. Definitely thank you for the nice little Magic the Gathering reference you said there. That was...
Which one?
That was choice. When you said the Nessie and Hydra, I was like...
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, it just kind of slipped in there. It happens sometimes. So yeah, hey, I'm Matt, the Killer GM. You can find me on Twitter at the Killer GM. I write about gaming, various other things, talk back and forth with people, including superheroes and whatnot, because hey, that's the world we live in. You gotta laugh or else you're gonna cry. So, here every other Sunday for Sunset City. Don't miss it. This cast, this crew, so great, so beautiful. Also, this Wednesday, finally, after much delay and pain and crying and all that whatnot, The Witcher, Family of Wraiths. We get to finally meet Harald of Oxenfurt, a Witcher, who is stepping into a right hot mess as the Wild Hunt has gotten rolling. So, we're going to find out what happens there. That is on Tales from the Grim. Goodness gracious. Tales from the Grim, Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Make sure you're there for that. Love it. And so we come down to the end of things, and as we come down to the end of things for the night, as we always like to say here, with the Killer GM, you can always bet your life on it. And it wouldn't be a comic show without a post-credit stinger. And so, our credit stinger we have is a room with several dark monitors, stills of each of the Mythfits, and the news reports of them stopping the demon that had rampaged through Sunset City streets. And the pictures change on the monitors until they all form one mythos. Oh, that's the singularity. He'll be what I need. And we'll find out what that might mean next time on Sunset City. Have a good night, folks.